What's up, guys? Welcome to the first episode of RollPlay Vigil. It is a new show, but the cast is one you've seen before. This is basically a revisiting of Ehbon, kind of. Like, we've already rebooted the show once. We figured why not reboot it again. Change the rule set, change everything up. I'm pretty excited. We've made some custom classes. Huge shout out to Adam Coble from the Dungeon World team for assisting me with that. And we've got some characters to create. But before we do that, let's see what everyone has been up to. Neal, did you get your internet installed?
No, my ISP was supposed to be here an hour and 20 minutes ago to change me over from the previous tenant's internet to my internet. But they didn't, so they might show up in the middle of the show. I don't know. Fuck them.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck them hard.
Anything else happened in the last, 10 hours?
I bought
15 hours?
260 feet worth of Ethernet cables that I'm
Nice.
going to get to connect and shit on Tuesday or Wednesday.
Have you ever crimped? Crimped?
No, it's already cut and everything, but I need to like put it along the wall, go over door frames, through different rooms, because the router is like, 2 bedrooms over and across the living room and down a hallway, and it's gonna be a bitch to get everything in place.
Yeah. Cable crimping is not fun, so I'm glad you're not doing that. I'm glad you just didn't buy a giant spool of Ethernet cable. Did you buy anything else?
I'm a lazy fucker. I got breakfast this morning.
How gross was that pineapple pizza from last night?
You know what? The pepperoni pineapple pizza is normally delicious, but the place I ordered it from was weak. Like, the pizza was just flavorless and warm. Not hot, but like warm.
It's because you got pepperoni and pineapple. They knew that this was not going to be a good pizza, so they just didn't prepare it to the best of their ability.
Because the place I ordered from is terrible.
You like that? You like that type of pizza, cats? Pepperoni and
I like the Hawaiian, but no, I wouldn't get it with pepperoni. Okay. I think the ham is good though. Ham and pineapple.
No, ham is bad.
Ham is sweet, so it makes sense, kind of, but still gross.
Kind of.
Isn't it the same?
On that same
Kaitlyn,
note, I tried to order
bring
pizza
logic in
and,
here. What the fuck?
MLG Anaheim, I'm gonna get you guys some pepperoni and pineapple pizza, and you're gonna believe.
I'm gonna spit
Are
on
you
it
guys
and walk
good
away.
at pizza and at Texas?
What?
In Texas, I tried to order pizza, and every time I wanted like ham, it had turkey instead, listed on the list of ingredients.
Where were you ordering?
Like say, from the hotel. Like there was like a bunch of pizza delivery places, local from Texas, and it was like
Texas
Hawaiian
is a big
pizza.
State. Where were you in Texas?
Where was I?
Austin? Are you talking about this past weekend?
Yes.
You're in Austin.
Cool. Thank you.
I don't know, that's why.
But yeah, it was like it listed Hawaiian.
Yeah.
And it said turkey and pineapple.
Maybe they were just
like,
out.
what the fuck?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Don't blame Texas, man. Blame that shitty establishment. And never order from them again. Or something. Ryan, what about you? What have you done in the past 15 hours?
So, my girlfriend's grandmother got in town.
Oh, that sounds fun.
And, I said hello, but then I had to go do role play. And then during the break, I went down and found out that my girlfriend was showing her grandmother what I do. Mm-hmm. And she showed them role play, and I realized that we said, lots of bad words and probably made dong jokes and things like that. So, I've been just creating really good first impressions.
Oh, that was the first. That was smart, Ryan.
Well, I met her before, but I haven't talked to her that much.
Should have been like, I created Goatsy, and then she's like, "What's Goatsy?" And you're like,
Yeah.
"It's this."
No, she was like, she loved that we could get YouTube on the TV. It was like blowing her mind, so she was like super excited about that. But then, yeah. So, anyway.
Well, I'm glad I'm ruining family relationships, Ryan. Thank you for that. I'm glad that's on my soul now.
That's what I've been
in
up
everyday
to.
life. Cats. Whoa, what? Something else?
No, nothing. Go ahead.
No, you're gonna say something. You got to say it.
I was gonna say and creating my great character.
Oh,
that's what else I.
And creating your great character. Cats, what have you been up to? You were in Austin. We learned that about you.
Yes, I went there for the Lone Star Clash. Didn't do too good.
Were you were playing, not casting?
Yeah, I was playing, not casting. Yeah, my worst matchup. I always get it in every tournament I play. So that happened, but it was still kind of fun, I guess.
Did you go out in Austin?
Was pretty nice.
Yeah.
No, not really. I didn't go out. That's why I didn't know what city it was.
Oh.
You know, I just went to the tournament and back to the hotel pretty much. And yeah, created my character as well. Now I'm back streaming a little bit. I started exercising. I was getting a little too chubby for my taste. I still am, but I think I'm.
What type of exercise you doing?
I've lost 2 pounds in the last day.
It doesn't work that fast, man. That's just food.
It's water weight.
That's
It's
just
water
water weight.
Yeah.
Well, I only just started. So
What type of exercises we talking about here? Let's get into it.
taking walks in the mornings now,
Okay.
and then run like 3 times a week.
Nice.
So it's better than nothing.
Nice. You should
Yeah,
get a
it's-
kettlebell. I'm gonna preach to you about the kettlebell.
I don't know what that is.
Go to like a sports academy or what? No, wait, that's 2 stores combined in one.
Is that what cows wear?
What?
Is that what cows wear?
Yeah.
No. What?
Go to
No,
the
that's
cowbell.
Bath
different.
and
No,
Beyond.
no.
Go to the Sports Authority or an academy or whatever they have, some hipster term out there in San Francisco, and buy a kettlebell. Get like a 30-pound kettlebell, and then Google kettlebell swings, and then do that.
Okay.
It's great. You'll love it. You'll also hate it at the same time, but it's good. And it's
Sounds good.
actually incredibly difficult. It's what the Russian bodybuilders do in like the
old
60s and
strongman
70s.
style.
Yeah. It's like what they did in the 60s and 70s that no one could figure out how the fuck they were so strong. And this is what they did. That's the urban legend about it, at least.
Whoa.
I'm sure you're going to get a lot of tweets about how Ryan brought up a good point one day on a stream where when you talk about working out, everyone has like a thing that they preach or an idea that they believe in. So this is my idea that I believe in. It's kettlebells. They do good. Go get one.
Okay.
There you
I'll
go.
try it.
You
And
should.
if you start talking about diet, then it's just doubly.
Yeah, if you start talking about diet, then it just stop at that point. Just keep
Yeah,
it
most
inside yourself.
people have most people have just told me eat a little bit less and exercise. You should be good.
I mean, you're
Sounds like
already.
a plan.
I'm already one to tell you that's bad.
Really?
Yeah, but that's
Changing your
my
diet with
philosophy.
exercise helps. It's really solid as long as the diet change you make is something that you can actually stick to and that you're not gonna fucking blow off.
I advocate heart bypasses and liposuction. That's my plan.
Yeah,
I'm
Ryan
like
goes
fully-
the
Liposuction, though,
surgery.
you need to do a stomach staple, otherwise you're just gonna eat all the food back again.
I'm just gonna ask Tara Reid what she did and then do the same thing.
Let's just make this really
Nobody
awkward
knows.
for Ryan.
Nobody
guys.
knows what that means.
No,
Okay.
yeah, that concave. Yeah.
My strategy before this was I switched from the frozen foods that I usually got to the frozen food called Healthy Choice.
Yeah. How'd that work out?
Healthy only in name.
That sounds like the
I
Bachelor
did
diet.
Lean Cuisine as well. I don't know. They're pretty good marketing, I guess.
Some of them
I
are
don't know
good.
if I wouldn't stick to it, but yeah.
I eat
we'll
those
see.
sometimes. Like
What one?
the ingredients
Think-
aren't that bad. No, I don't
Yeah,
think.
they're Healthy
I don't-
Choice.
Yeah, Healthy Choice. Yeah, I eat. They're the ones that make the bowl that you put in the microwave and it steams.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like those ones.
Flip. That's healthy. Yeah,
See, but you guys just
Yeah.
like that because it's a bowl that steams in the microwave, not because it's good.
But it's not that unhealthy. Like there's other microwavable foods that are way worse. So
That's true.
yeah.
That's true. Cool, Cats. Well, good luck in the future. We'll get
Thank
updates every week on Vigil about how the
You'll see it.
we'll see updates. There you go. That's the way to do it. That's the way to do it. Kaitlyn, what's going on with you?
I have 4 less teeth in my mouth.
Yeah. You
Yeah,
just
but I'm
pulled them
happy
out?
about it. Yeah, yeah.
It's hardcore,
They
man.
finally came out. Like I finally matured, basically. My mom always said I was a late bloomer.
Yeah. You had your wisdom teeth pulled, correct?
Yeah.
2 days ago. What are you doing
Yep.
on the show?
So I guess 49 hours ago.
There you go. So yeah, that's pretty ridiculous. You're probably how many painkillers are we on right now?
They actually didn't give me any, so my mom gave me some. I don't know why my mom's on painkillers, but I didn't ask.
This is Canadian healthcare, guys. This is how stupid they are up there. No painkillers for having 4 wisdom teeth pulled. Doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense.
But she gave me some T3s, which
Yeah,
has
what'd you pay
sodium in
for?
it.
What, Cats?
You get what you paid for.
The worst
Actually,
part
we have
is
to. We have to
waking
pay
up.
for dental. Yeah.
You wake up with that shit.
Oh, they didn't put me out. They didn't give me any laughing gas or anything. They just did local anesthesia.
Dude, Canada doesn't. There's like have some
Fuck
maple
that.
syrup. Here you go. You'll be fine. Put
It
that
was
shit on the wound.
actually fine. Like I thought I was gonna hear weird popping noises and it would be really disturbing. And it was kind of weird. He was like digging into my tooth, and I had to hold my head still because he was digging so hard. He was moving my head around, but it was fine. I saw like the pieces of my tooth he was taking out. It was cool.
Look at that. My ISP is here. Imagine that. Can we make my character last?
Yes, we can.
All right, I'm going to bounce for a little bit.
Okay.
Okay, but what did you do this week? No.
He got new internet. All right, let's go.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No. We already found out what he did. We're good.
Yeah, he was first.
He was first. Anything else besides having 4 teeth ripped out of your mouth?
No, just streaming a lot of StarCraft.
There you go.
Hopefully I'll get my heroes lanyard soon. So I got level 40 during the alpha, so they said they'd give me a lanyard. And every day I wait.
Wait, is that
I didn't
they're
hear
like
about
shipping it to you?
Yeah.
It's not like a digital good.
No, sorry, Ryan?
I said I didn't hear about that. I might have
Did you get
grinded
level
a
40?
lot. No, but I mean, I might have if I had known I
I
would
know.
have gotten it.
I was like level 37 and they announced that, and I was like, damn.
It's messed up.
Messed up. What is it supposed to be? Just a little.
It's just a lanyard with the heroes on it. I don't know.
Neal, what's the
Limited
story?
edition lanyard.
Oh, you got it? You got the lanyard?
Stories that they can't make it.
Got him.
Did you knock on your door to say that?
No.
Yes. My call worked.
So, it's possible that I may just completely lose internet at some point because the previous roommate is switching over the connection from this house to the other house today. So I might just lose internet today.
Oh, great.
Show, and I have no idea.
Well, we're only playing for 3 hours, so
Fingers crossed.
I mean, if we at least get like the character creation in, then we can just come back next week. We'll be good. So let's not waste any time.
Without me. That's cool.
We could, but it's not as fun. Let's not waste any time. Let's get to it. I think I said we're going to start with Kaitlyn first. So, Kaitlyn, you have a character sheet?
Yep.
Okay. I guess before we even get into the character creation, we'll just talk a little bit about Dungeon World. Dungeon World is a very narrative-based tabletop game, so much more than D&D, where there's a lot of rules. A lot of the rules in Dungeon World are basically you make them up somewhat. There are your simple dice rolls. For every dice roll you do, it's a 2d6. Then you add some sort of modifier to that. I think a lot of this is going to hinge on just creativity, and I think that with Ehbon being what we were 20 weeks in. How many weeks were we in Ehbon? Some absurd amount of time.
We never found out.
Yeah, some absurd amount of time, and I think that'll help. One thing that I am going to stress, and I'll say this multiple times, is when you go to do something in this game, you can't say I attack. I will just straight up ignore you. You have to be narrative about it. You have to say, like, I swing my sword with my right hand and go and attack this guy, or I dodge in, etc. Then I'll tell you how to roll for that. And eventually you'll catch on how to roll for that. It's going to really rely on people actually describing what they do. Ryan, you had a taste of this. I think, Neal, you've played it as well, right? You played it on Misclicks?
Yeah, I played one session.
Okay. I know Ryan said he really enjoyed it. He said it was pretty different. So you guys are kind of the old vets here. And KatZ and Kaitlyn, you guys are going to be learning, but we'll catch you all up.
Whoa.
What else? I guess that's good for now. And then we'll, if there's any other questions, we'll just jump into it. So, Kaitlyn, let's do your character creation. We had 4 classes basically custom made by the Dungeon World team. And yours is the would-be knight. You are keeping your character from Ehbon. I think the only person keeping their character from Ehbon because everyone else died. Spoilers.
Oh,
Well, no,
shit.
Coronado lived.
Coronado's live?
You chose not to play him, though.
Yeah, fuck him.
So let's actually just start with that first. What happened to Coronado? And what happened to Riley? You guys got to work some story out.
Coronado got so pissed off at the rest of the party for not being able to do anything right that he just walked off and is selling his salsa perfume on the street.
So
people.
before that happened, Riley actually told Coronado off because he suspiciously showed up right when Rich died, and then everyone else slowly died while he was around. Riley has suspicions that he was trying to kill Ricardo too, so that happened.
Also,
first.
Ricardo was trying to kill Art.
Rumor has it that Coronado's dislike for Charlemagne was actually
Oh my god! You know, that was actually what I was going to say.
love, and they got married at the end.
Neal, is this canon?
And had
That's
mini
a
babies.
rumor. That's a rumor.
Oh, it's a
Mini
rumor.
babies dressed in pink.
No,
That's
actually, that is true. Because like I was imagining that Coronado would open a shop next to Charlemagne, but I
Well,
couldn't think of the Charlemagne.
We'll just say that's what Ricardo passed around. He thought it was true. That's who started the rumor, but no one really knows that.
that was Ricardo.
Did Ricardo die?
Ricardo died. This happened before when he was still adventuring with you.
Okay.
We'll retcon that. And then it's been... Your character was like, what, 22 or something like that, Kaitlyn? How
I
old
guess
was-
23 now.
Okay, yeah.
Or-
Let's say
No, I think it was 25.
it's been a year or two since then. We'll just say that blanket statement. So age doesn't really affect anything in Dungeon World unless you want it to. We're going to say it doesn't. What is...
I guess she's a little bit less good at pro gaming now. Nah, it doesn't matter for that.
It doesn't matter. What has Riley been up to the past year and a half?
Mostly wandering.
Well, you joined you're a would-be knight, so I would assume you're in some sort of knight service or knighthood, correct?
Yeah, that even before that happened.
Okay, so you just joined a service.
Oh, I just joined?
I mean, you're telling me.
Yeah, after, just, wandering lonesome with my horse for
Okay.
a year or two.
Okay, let's actually jump into the character creation here. I can't bring this up on stream, I don't think. Where did I lose my pen? So first off, you're going to be named Riley, of course. The look is going to be much like Riley. Can you describe that for people that don't know what she looks like?
She has... I think I changed her eyes back to blue. Yeah.
Changed
I don't
eyes over the
wanna...
years?
Yeah. I don't... Or they're green. See, I don't want to make her look like me or anything like that, but I have a hard time keeping it with eye color for some reason. Green or blue? Greenish blue? I'll do greenish blue. She has greenish blue eyes. And again, I don't want to make like a character a spitting image of me, but she has reddish blonde hair. And sometimes it's short, sometimes it's long. When it gets too long, she just cuts it off with a sword. So then it's like really ragged about here.
Okay. Let's go through your stats here, and we'll kind of walk you through. In Dungeon World, your stats are already predetermined in terms of what the numbers are. You don't roll for them, but you do get to place them into Strength, Dex, Con, Int, Wisdom, and Charisma. So you have a 17, a 15, a 13, 11, a 9, and an 8.
A 17?
A 17.
Not a 16?
She's a knight.
You take your eyes elsewhere.
She is a specialized fighter, so that +1 strength comes in handy. Where do you want to put your 17 in? That's your biggest stat.
Strength, yeah.
Goes in strength. So what that means is whenever you do what they call a hack and slash in this, since it has a 17 parenthesis +2, you roll 2d6 +2. So you need to put that underneath the 17. What are you going to put your 15 in?
1 sec. I don't have...
Editable?
I only have reader, so let me just print screen this and do it in beats. Solution to all life's problems.
There you go.
So 17.
A lot of people are wondering if you have horse necromancy. You know, we tried, but then we just figured that's dumb. So,
Man,
sorry.
I was gonna mention something. Those guys from Dungeon World are so great and they're so funny. Yeah, they replied to my tweet saying that we totally get that in, but I guess JP blocked it or something like that.
Yeah, who the fuck has horse necromancy? Like that, that doesn't make any sense. Any sense at all. Okay, you're 15.
2d6 +2 for...
What?
2d6 +2 for the attack.
Just put +2 there under. So your strength spelled out is 17, and then your STR is +2.
Okay.
What about what's your 15? Also, I'll just say, Con determines your HP. So then it is your max HP is 10 plus your Constitution. So if you put 13 in there, then you have 23 HP.
What were the rest of the numbers? There was a 15.
They're all above the stat scores. There's 15, 13, 11, 9, and 8.
Oh, I see. Okay. So you get a +1 for 15 and 13 no matter what it's in. So what does a +1 give me for Dex?
Then it would be if you tried to defy danger with like moving out of the way in terms of evasion. What else would there be? If you make a volley, which is a ranged attack, say you throw something, then you roll plus dex. There's a bunch of different little small things that you would roll plus dex for. If anything, I would say con is probably a more important stat.
Yeah, what does the +1 get me for con?
Again, that's if you defy danger by enduring, so you just absorb the... You choose to sit there and like take the blow or somehow block it, then you would roll plus con. Trying to see if you have anything else on your character sheet that is affected by that. No, it's just basically your HP. I think con and probably dex are your other two important stats. Int and wisdom, I mean, for a fighter, it's not going to make too much sense. Charisma, that's totally up to you.
Okay, so I'll do... See, I don't want to be like a super tanky knight. I want to be some kind of hybrid knight. So it makes me want to put the 15 in dex. But I don't like imagine I'm throwing anything. So I guess I'll put 15 in con. And then 13 in charisma, 11 in dex. What's the difference between wisdom and int?
Wisdom would be if you roll for cleric spells. Int would be if you multi-class in wizard spells. Or if you tried to spout lore, you would roll plus intelligence, which is one of the mechanics in here that you can do. Then I have to tell you something interesting and useful about the subject relevant to your situation. On a wisdom, which is discern realities, which is where you study something closely, you roll plus wisdom. And then depending on how you roll, you get to ask me 3 of the questions about that particular thing.
Yeah, I guess int is more relevant to me, so I'll put my 9 in int.
Okay. And
So I'm
8 in wisdom?
So I'm really bad at wisdom. I roll negative on that. Or I get -1 on it, always?
Not always. And your charisma is the 13?
Yeah.
Okay. And now, being that we're starting at level 3 instead of level 1, you get 2 ability scores that you can put into any of these. The way that the numbers work is an 18 plus is a +3. What is it? A 16 and 17 is a +2. A 13 to 15 is a +1. A 12 to 9 is a +0. And a 8 or lower is a -1.
So when do you get more of the points?
Every time you level up. We're starting at level 3.
Okay. And does it take roughly the same amount of time to level up?
Does it take what?
Does it take roughly the same amount of time to level up as D&D?
The way the leveling up works is it's your level plus 7 is the amount of XP you need to level up. So for level 1, it's for everyone. So yeah, for level 1, you need 8 XP, and then you'll hit level 2. For level 3, you need 9 XP because it's 7 plus 2. So for the next level, you need 10 XP. And you gain XP by failing.
So do you think it's roughly the same speed, or does it get slower?
Depends on how you roll. There's not really any... Like, it just depends on how you roll.
Okay. So
So basically, Ryan's going to be a god in this system is what it equates to. I'm not kidding. We played Dungeon World on R&D, and he leveled up to, like, what? You were, like, 4 or 5 in 2 sessions?
Yeah, it was
Wow.
pretty fast.
Yeah, he got a lot of XP.
Okay, so 18 to 20 is +3. There's no bonus for 20?
+3 is the max you can get.
Okay, so I'll put 1 in strength.
Okay.
And then... Well, I guess maybe it would make sense to put 2 in con, but no, I'll put 1 in strength. So then what's the fun of having 18 strength?
You get a +3 instead of a +2 on your...
Sorry, 19.
Then you get a +3, and that's it. Like, 18 is kind of the end goal that you want for a stat.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. So yeah, 18 strength, and then the other one, I'll put... So I got a +0 from 11. So nothing else is really close to
The
con is, but...
The 15 con would be a +2 if you bump that up to 16. Everything else is you wouldn't get a...
Oh, right, it's a +1. Okay, yeah, so I'll do the other one in con.
Okay. So that is a 16. So you get a +2.
Keep my -1 wisdom.
Right. So then you have 26 HP is your max HP, which is your total HP. Anytime you roll for damage, unless it says otherwise in the ability, you will roll a d10. We'll figure out your armor. What is your alignment? And keep in mind with your alignment, at the end of the session, if you choose, let's say, good, and you take harm in the defense of the other, you get 1 XP at the end of the session. So if you play to your alignment, you'll get an extra XP point at the end of a session.
Did they take out chaotic because everyone just plays it really obnoxiously, or?
They just only have these 3 alignments in here. I don't know if I don't think there's a specific reason.
All right. I guess it'll be good. That would make the most sense to going by what my character has done so far.
Yep. So anytime you take harm in defense of another, which is basically putting yourself in harm's way, you'll get XP, and we'll talk about that at the end of the session. You can lawyer it some.
Okay.
Race. We custom made some races. I assume you're going to do raised by elves.
Yep. Yeah, I really like how they added those. Raised by elves and raised by dwarves, so it's really cool.
So with raised by elves, you are sensitive to magic and you know how to take it apart. When you spout lore about a magical item or foe, the GM will tell you how to destroy it. Spout lore is one of the basic moves in the game that we were talking about, where you roll plus int, and then I have to tell you something interesting and useful about that subject relevant to your situation. If I don't remember that, please just remind me. We'll deal with bonds once we actually get all the characters created, because you don't really know the other characters yet. I think that is it. You have some starting
Do they
moves.
all have to fit in there? Because I don't see my character ever having been imprisoned.
No, we can totally just make those up.
Oh, okay.
And we can probably be better to do at the end of the first session, just so we actually have some story to make that up with. In terms of your gear, you need to choose some of this. So are you going to have chainmail and adventuring gear or scale armor? By the way, adventuring gear is a 5-time use that goes into your backpack. It's basically your backpack. And if you're ever in a situation where, let's say, you need a torch, you can reach into your adventuring gear and pull out a torch and then mark a use, meaning you have 4 uses left. So you can basically pull whatever you want out of it to some extent. You can't say, like, I pull a dragon out of my gear. That doesn't work. But if you need rope, if you need torch, if you need somehow to start a fire, etc., that's what comes in adventuring gear.
Can I ask a quick question, JP?
Totally.
Can you ever replenish your adventuring gear or get another pack or anything like that?
Yeah, totally. We can have that purchasable somewhere in the town for a set amount of coin.
Cool.
How much coin would it be?
We'll figure that out when you come to merchants. Certain merchants
So
have
I
certain
can't know
prices.
before I choose.
No,
So
man.
what's the best value right now?
It's not Value Town. Certain merchants have certain things for certain prices.
Yeah, but
So
but what's the average value?
yeah.
Can we
You
get?
don't know yet.
They cost
Can I
the
get the
exact
NASDAQ
same.
for this?
Do you want the chainmail for 1 armor, or do you want the scale armor for 2 armor?
Is the scale armor encumbering? Does it take a long time?
It is 3 weight.
Does it take a long time to put on in the morning?
That's up to you. We probably have to have you roll that. Probably now that you said you were just becoming a knight, I'm not sure if you would have scale armor your entire life, so maybe it takes you some time now, but sometime down the line, once you've really understood the process and done it multiple times, you get faster at it.
What does scale armor look like? Because that's...
You tell me. What does it look like?
Oh.
You can
Alright.
really describe it to whatever you want. So
Yeah, I have an idea. I'll go with scale armor.
okay. And then you get the option of choosing 2 healing potions, a shield, or antitoxin and dungeon rations, or poultices and herbs.
Can I know if we have a healer in the party first?
There is a cleric in the party, yes.
JP.
What?
Nothing.
There's a
nothing.
cleric in the party.
There is a cleric in the party. You're correct.
Oh, but they're not like that? Is JP leading me astray?
There's a cleric in the party.
He's
There's-
not lying to you.
Oh my god.
Ryan's
oh
the
my
one
god.
that's
Don't
making
worry
this
about it,
awkward.
Kaitlyn. Just go with it. It's cool.
Just pick. It's
I
cool.
know, don't
These
worry about
StarCraft
it.
players and their min maxing.
Just pick an item. It's all good.
It's cool, girl.
It's supposed to be a game about fun. You don't need to worry about making everything perfect.
I would think
you're just gonna die before the end of the session anyway. It doesn't matter.
I know, and I want it to be a good session before I die.
I would think a shield doesn't fit your character because you fight dual wield, so you don't want that.
That's true.
2 healing potions are a way to heal yourself. You get D10 HP immediately if you use them. Or sorry, I think you just get 10 HP flat. I'll have to look at that real quick.
Yeah, I'm like really anti-healer though, so I don't know if that includes self-healing.
I mean, it's a healing potion, so it's not magic.
You said that they use coins, not gold, and it says 22 gold. Is that just a mistake?
Healing potions within the game are 50 coins. Keep that in mind.
Oh my god.
When you drink an entire healing potion, you heal yourself for 10 damage or remove 1 debility, your choice.
Then why would the other option be 22 gold?
Maybe you want 22 gold.
But, okay, so gold does exist?
Coins, gold. They're going to be exchanged a lot, but they mean the same thing.
Alright, so I'm going to go with 2 healing potions and antitoxin.
Okay.
All that stuff.
Okay. Oh, no, so that's all one thing, yeah. Okay. So then your character has 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Your character has 6 weight. And we'll get into session 2 on what that means, because I need to look it up. And you have 2 armor. So that means whenever you take damage, you subtract 2 points of damage from it.
Okay, cool.
That's what armor means. And then since you're level 3, you can choose 2 advanced moves to fit with Riley's character. I would think dual wield would be one of them. Whenever you strike an enemy with 2 weapons at once, you add an extra D4 damage for your offhand strike. And then the second one would probably be whatever you want it to be. If you want some time to think about that, you can. We'll move on to the next character, because there is some reading involved on all those moves. You can only choose that first set of moves for level 2 through 5.
Okay, so that means that I get to have 6 of them?
What? No, you get to choose two of them. Right now,
so I
you
get
only
to
choose
have
2.
all of... Oh, so there's only one that I won't have by the end of it?
By the end of what? You
level-
just choose 2
level 5.
advanced moves.
Yeah. But when you gain a level from 2 to 5, choose from
You can
these
choose
2.
these moves at any time, level 2 to 5, or even higher. Or wait, no, yes. Actually, you are capped at the amount that you can have here. You are correct.
Yeah.
You will only have 4 of these at level 5, but then you have to choose from the other moves.
Oh, because I'm level 3 right now. I see.
Yes.
Okay, so...
So you
Can
choose 2,
I-
then you choose 2 more when you level up. Or 1 more when you hit 4, then 1 more
Yeah.
when you hit 5.
Can I level them individually or no?
What do you
Can I,
mean?
Specialize further? No, I
Uh,
just take them off.
at the higher level, yeah. 6 to 10 are basically more versions of this. So like some of those skills replace the 2 to 5 skills. For example,
Okay.
Merciless, when you deal damage, you deal plus 4 damage. When you hit 6 to 10, when you're bloodthirsty, you deal 1d8 damage. And it
Okay, so
replaces
I'll have to read
Merciless.
them, especially if some of them become obsolete at... Oh, they're not
just
obsolete,
replaces
they're
them.
prereqs. Yeah, they're prereqs.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I'll have to read them then.
Okay, cool. We'll come back to your character then. Let me
Oh.
name this. Neal, you ready to create your character?
I am ready to create my character.
All right, so for Neal's character, he kind of gave me a thing to go with, and the Dungeon World guys actually had something semi-prepared. So you're playing the Elementalist.
Yeah.
You say that... I think you're going to have a lot of fun with this class. It has a
Okay.
lot of...
I was hoping for more specific pyromancer thing now that I'm actually looking at the sheet, but we'll see. This might work.
Okay, we could... I mean, at the end of the session, if you're not happy, we can totally tweak it a little bit.
Cool.
What is the name of your character going to be, or do you want to decide that last?
Kang.
Kang?
Kang. K-A-N-G.
K-A-N-G. What do you look like? Also, we chose your race like 5 seconds before the...
Yes. Yes.
So what is your race?
My race? Do I have to reveal it, or can I keep it kind of secret? Because my...
You know...
We'll reveal it. I'm a lizard man.
Okay. And with that, you get... your racial ability is that you get +1 armor. Just inherently, because you have a scaly hide.
Yep.
What do you look like? What type of... what color lizard man are you?
Kind of coppery... not like actual copper, but like weathered copper, kind of that greenish copper color, like the Statue of Liberty copper. Oxidized copper. There we go.
Okay.
I have an oxidized copper kind of tone to me. There's a little bit of blue on my belly. Let's see. I've got kind of a under look. I think I look haughty. I have eyes like deep pools. I don't have hair because I'm a lizard man, and I have kind of I guess it's a lizard-like lisp. It's not quite a lisp, but traditional lizard-like stuff where I hold my S's and just kind of sound strange.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm about. I'm a little bit on the shorter side. I'm like 5'6", 5'7" ish. Depending on how much I hunch. If I stand up straight, I'd probably be 6 feet tall. But as a lizard guy, I kind of like hunch like this and walk around.
Great, totally. And you have to do that the entire time.
Yeah, I could do that.
Great. Let's do your stats.
I think I'm going to put my highest stat as wisdom, so that's going to be 16.
Okay.
16. Then I'll do con at 15, strength at 13, charisma at 12, dexterity at 9, intelligence at 8.
Dexterity at 9, intelligence 8. Okay. I'll work out. You get +2 points. What would you like to put those in?
Let's just stack them into wisdom. Bring
So
that
18?
to 18, which gives me +3.
Yep.
Sweet.
Let me just fill out all this other stuff. Con is +1. Dex is
0.
Strength is +1.
1. Int is -1.
Yep. Yeah. So your HP is your Constitution +4, so you have 19 HP.
Yes, sir.
What is your alignment?
Evil.
So with the evil, you prove yourself superior to someone in a position of authority. You will get +1 XP at the end of the session.
Yes, sir.
And we'll lawyer that then. What is your power source?
I was going to say a gift from the spirits. The other ones are kind of... I kind of want to go with Divine Blessing, but I want to be like strictly Pyromancer, so I don't want the additional elements.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me read that real quick. You can choose it in some elements.
Because I like that it can never cause you harm shit, but... And I don't mind the other thing, but I don't want the additional element.
So let's say we can retcon that, and we'll say that you choose one element, and you deal plus 1d6 damage instead of 1d4, if you want to take it for that.
No, that 1d4 is I take extra damage from the two elements.
Oh, so we'll make that 1d2?
So I pick two elements, they deal damage to me, and I never take damage from...
I'm sorry, that is a negative element.
Yeah, that's a negative effect.
Okay, so then you would choose one, and you would choose two. Okay, no, that totally stays the same. You're trying to get me to
I'll
change
just take
the
gift
negative
from
bonus of
spirits.
it. Okay,
Actually,
cool.
I kind of like it from the spirits. It's okay.
So that means you can interact and parlay with elemental spirits as if they were people. Parlay is one of the moves in this game where you roll plus charisma, and on a success, you have leverage against them, which is something they need or want. And if you succeed, you tell me what that leverage is. You make it up.
Actually, I didn't realize that parlay was an actual thing. I'm going to switch my strength and charisma if you don't mind.
Okay. So 13.
Yeah.
Wait, your strength and wisdom?
My strength and charisma.
Oh, charisma. Okay.
My charisma will now be 13. My strength will now be 12. That gives me a +1 on parlay.
So strength goes back to 0. Yeah, parlay is most of this stuff. They should have bolded them in these character sheets so that people understand that they're moves. But there's a lot of moves that you can do in this game, and they're pretty pivotal. But regardless, roots of creation, blah blah blah. Is there anything else you need to choose? Oh, we've got your gear.
Yeah.
So your load is 8 plus strength.
So it's just
choose
8.
your armaments.
I'm going to choose chains, the reach, but 2 weight.
Okay.
I fight with chains, which I will probably never use. But, I have them hanging around my neck as I walk along.
Sure.
Okay. Chains. My equipment will be adventuring gear, 1 weight, 5 uses, bandages, 3 uses, and leather armor, armor 1, weight 1.
Okay. By the way, bag of books is an actual item, just so you're aware of this.
Mm-hmm.
And let me pull it up so I get it exactly right.
Oh, it does something?
It does something, yes. When your bag of books contains just the right book for the subject you're sprouting lore on, consult the book, mark off use, and take +1 to your roll. It has 5 uses.
Oh, yeah, I don't want any of that.
Okay.
I was also going to take dungeon rations.
Okay.
5 uses, 1 weight. That brings my weight to 4. And then lastly, I'm going to use a large item made of or for an element you have mastered with 1 tag of your choice. I don't know what the tag means.
So what is this item?
I was going to say it is a crystal ball that has flames inside of it.
So the tag for this crystal ball is that it is fragile.
Oh, shit. Okay.
And that just basically means it's a narrative term. So fragile means it's prone to break.
Yep.
Like,
JP,
Have
don't
you
drop
ever
my ball.
broken an orb?
Don't drop my crystal ball, JP. And what happens if I do break this thing?
we'll figure
You
it
die, I
out. What
think.
happens if you break this thing, Neal?
I don't know. I don't know why I have to choose one of these things. It just says choose one, and I don't understand its purpose.
Tell me, what is its purpose? What does it allow you to do? What do you do with it? You want to think about that?
Yeah, let's think about that, because I have no... Like, can I say that it gives me a bonus to something if I use it, or is it like a weakness for my class that I need this thing to have? I don't understand.
I think it's more interesting if it's a weakness, but we can definitely discuss that if you have thoughts on it, because obviously weaknesses suck for you. But
Well, yeah.
I would say if it's a large crystal ball, let's say that you can... Let me look at some of these moves real quick. What is your int? Your int is a -1.
Yeah, mine's my lowest stat.
So let's say if you use the crystal ball to do whatever you're doing with intelligence, so if you roll plus intelligence and you use the crystal ball at the same time, that it bumps it up to the next like plus roll. So you're -1. So if you use your crystal ball, it'll be +0.
Okay. Cool.
What if he could use his crystal ball to look into the future, like 5 minutes into the future, but if he fails a roll, he's fucked?
Ooh.
We can do
yeah,
that
I can
if
look
you
into
like
the
that.
future, look into the flames of the future, and if I succeed, then I see the truth. If I fail, I see something that's not true.
What happens if you partially
Sick.
succeed?
You
give
see
me, like, a
someone's
bargain
dick or
between
something.
things?
Let's say you look into the crystal ball. You said the flames of the future. That's what you said.
Yes.
Okay.
Flame-
So let's call the move "Flames of the Future."
If you see something that's not true and you know it's not true, isn't that a sliver of the truth?
Well, I won't know that it's not true. My
A lot
We
of
character,
will
Raptor
say that.
metagames,
Okay. On a 10+, whatever you ask, I have to answer 100% truthfully. I cannot lie.
sweet.
On a partial success, you don't know if I'm lying or being truthful. And on a fail, the element is upset with you, and you take 1d4 damage.
Okay, but what
like
if I
the
get
ball
that ability
heats
that
up.
makes fire not hurt me?
Do what?
One of my advanced moves is Born of Fire.
This crystal ball is magical fire, and it somehow still gets through your
Cool.
resistance.
Done.
So it's 1d4 damage if you fail completely.
Okay.
Truth. 7, 9. I'll have to put this in there. 7 and 9 is you don't know if it's true or not, right? Not sure. 1 to 6. Take 1d4 damage. All right.
Okay.
Bonds. We'll do that at the end of the session. Command the elements. Those are your moves.
But I have to learn them as I go. I don't get all of them to start.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I start with one command and one element, and then one additional either command or element, and then every time I level up, I get either a command or
So
an
you're
element.
level 3, so you would get 2 more, right?
I would start with... I'm going to only pick one element, so I'll start with 2, and then as I level up, I should have 4 at level 3.
Okay.
4 and 1 element. So my element is going to be fire,
Okay.
and my commands are going to be create, enhance, move, and summon. So create allows me to produce a manifestation of the element out of nothing. It manifests out of your person or in your immediate presence, not in the distance. Enhance says allows you to augment or strengthen your element's existing characteristics. This can be maintained to grant +1 to a roll or d4 to damage. It cannot be used to mend an item made from this element. Move allows you to move the element from one place to another, and summon allows you to summon an element spirit, which then acts according to its nature, decided by the DM.
Cool. That is the Elementalist. Kang the Lizard Man.
Yes, and then my advanced moves.
Which, yes, you do get 2 of those. You can choose 2. Do you know what they are right now, or you want to think about it?
Born
Okay.
of Fire, you are no longer harmed by the touch of fire, nor are you vulnerable to heat.
Okay.
And Nature's Fury. When you use this element, when you use an element you have mastered to deal damage, your damage die is D10 instead of D4.
Cool.
Is there no limit to that heat?
Look, I can
Any
stand
heat.
on fire and be cool with it, guys.
long as
So you
there's
never
fire.
take damage from your wizard ball
fire.
thing.
No, the wizard ball is a magical fire. Somehow it still gets through him. We'll say it is the true essence of fire within the crystal ball that King somehow stumbled. How'd you stumble upon that, King? How'd you get that?
I found it in a swamp. It was covered with moss and was kind of glowing. I found that, and that is what gave me my. As I picked it up, I got a gift. That's where I learned how to be an elementalist.
He
As a
stole
little
it.
lizardling. No, it was buried in the swamp somewhere, and I was digging around, hunting, frogs and
believe
whatnot. And then I found this ball that was kind of slimy, and I wiped it off, and it was glowing inside. And I looked into it, and I saw the future, saw myself as an elementalist, and
Were you evil before or after that?
Yeah,
that's
did
a
this
very
change your
personal
character?
question, actually.
I guess we'll figure out if it changed your character or not.
I'm sorry, I'm just prejudiced against certain alignments. I'm sorry.
Yeah, against lizards.
I love lizards, Neal, please.
Fucking racist knight.
I love
Whoa.
lizards.
Yeah, she's gonna white knight us the entire time. Oh yeah, do that. Oh, let's go protect those women. Oh yeah.
Cool.
Quick to the forums.
Let's do Ryan. You're the wizard, right?
I am. So okay.
You're a
You got-
prime magus.
He's the
Primal-
wizard.
Primal Magus.
magus.
But I don't know. So
Magus.
I'm a little confused. Am I a wizard? And then it says when you dedicate your power to a specific element, and tell the other players how you did it, you may take the following move, Elemency. Is that when I become the Primal Magus?
Yeah.
Or can I
no,
just
no.
start
We'll,
off
we'll
as
just
it?
say you're a primal magus.
Okay, I'm a Primal Magus. I'm not a regular wizard. Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
So
What's your name?
Yeah. My name is Bongo Grimgear.
Okay.
Bongo?
Bongo, B-O-N-G-O, Grim Gear.
Before we determine your look, we must know your race. What is your race?
I'm sure you can guess by the name, but I'm a gnome.
Okay. So that means when you cast the spell that I will never pronounce correctly in this entire campaign, called Prestidigitation.
Prestidigitation.
Yeah, fuck that word. You treat a miss as a 7 to 9. So it actually hurts you.
Because I don't level. But yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you look like?
So I have dark blue robes, and my hair is lighter blue.
Okay.
Kind of like balding a little bit up top, but we've got the fringe going on. You know how people have fringe, except for my fringe is a little bit more crazy. I got the beard going on. This is all like light blue hair. Keep in mind the beard going on, and a nice big.
Were you born with blue hair, or did the elements in the magic change you?
I was just gonna say I was born with it.
Okay,
but,
you were born with blue hair.
No, I like the elements.
I like the elements
I
too.
mean, blue hair is not really a natural color, so
I know. Okay, so let's
you were
say
born with white hair,
born.
white hair.
I was born with like black hair, and the
No
The
white
element-
because it's easier to tint.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's way easier
Okay.
to die.
all right.
Not to reach it.
Anyway, so yeah, that's what I currently look like. I have a little wand. Kind of looks like a mini Tesla coil. My element, of course, is going to be lightning. Yeah. So I'm a little pudgy gnome,
Okay.
and yeah, Bongo Grimgear, man.
Cool. Let's do your stats.
Okay. So, with the wizard, I've got 17, 15, 13, 11, 9, 8 to work with.
You know what? Does everyone get 17 as a starting stat?
I think that we get 17 because we're gnomes, and gnomes get +1 as a wizard. I think that's what it is, because
Okay.
the default wizard sheet is 16.
Neal, what was... You didn't have a 17, right? That seems kind of lame.
No, I don't have a 17.
What did
Well,
you
he
put-
gets the scaly skin, though. He gets the extra
that
armor.
scaly skin's pretty good. +1 armor is kind of huge.
Yeah.
You could have
Okay.
lawyered Neal, but Ryan screwed you over.
Whatever. I got my armor's 2. What's your armor?
The lightning that struck me made my skin scaly. Can I get in on this?
There you go. No. Ryan, let's do your stats. So you're putting your 17 into int.
Is int like my damage, my main stat as a wizard?
When
Because
you
Neal
cast-
chose wisdom, didn't he?
So when you cast a spell,
Yeah.
it is not like it is in D&D. When you cast a spell in this game, you roll plus your intelligence.
Okay.
On a 10 plus, the spell is successfully cast, and you do not forget the spell. You can cast it again later. So you can cast the spell as many times as you want, as long as you don't fail your roll. On a 7 to 9, the spell's cast, but you either choose to draw unwelcome attention and put yourself in a spot. The spell disturbs the fabric of reality as it is cast. You take -1 to cast a spell until the next time you prepare spells, which is resting. Or after it's cast, the spell is forgotten. You cannot cast a spell again until you prepare your spells.
Okay.
And then on a
So-
6 or... I think it's on a 6 or less, you just fail straight and you forget the spell.
Sweet. Okay, so I'll go 17 int.
Okay.
What does wisdom do for me? Because I'm
I don't
deciding
think it
between
has any
wisdom.
class rolls for you. Let's see. No, you don't have any rolls for it. Some simple things that you could do with wisdom is you could defy danger with mental fortitude. You'll roll plus wisdom. You could discern realities, so that's when you closely study a person or situation, you roll plus wisdom. And then you can ask me 3 questions or 1 question or no questions, depending on how well you roll.
Okay. I'll take, let's see, 11, 15, 13. Okay, so I'll do it in order. Strength 11,
Okay.
Dex 9,
Okay.
Con 15,
Okay.
Int 17,
Okay.
Wisdom 13, Charisma 8.
Okay. And since you are level 3, you get 2 attribute points. What would you like to put those in?
Okay, so these are my, let me get my moves here.
What? No. Attribute points, man. We're still doing stats. What do you put your plus
sorry.
2 in? Or
8.
your 2 additional stats?
18 bumps me to a +3, correct?
Yes.
So we'll go 1 on int. So that's up to 18, and then when do you hit +2? Is it 17 or 16?
It is 16.
16 gives you +2. Okay.
So
then
again, your
let's-
con bumping up would give you plus 2.
Okay, let's bump up the con.
Okay. That means you get plus 2. Your dex is plus 0. Your strength is plus 0. Man, you are an ugly fuck. -1, and your wisdom is +1. Okay, so your current HP is HP plus 4, which is 20. These are max. Your alignment.
I am also an evil spellcaster.
Okay. When you use magic to cause terror and fear, you will get an additional XP point at the end of the session.
Shouldn't be a problem.
Your race is gnome. We'll deal with bonds at the end of the session. Your starting moves you already have. Hold on, what is this? Oh, okay, ritual. That's not a starting move. Okay, let me go to the next page. Your gear. Do you have leather armor or a bag of books and 3 healing potions?
I will take I'll take the books and the pots.
Okay. What is your weapon? You said a wand?
Yeah, a little wand with in kind of like in the shape of a Tesla coil, got lightning constantly flickering from it.
Okay, so we'll say that your wand is ranged, and it is also fragile because at the tip there is some sort of crystal or something that is what is channeling this power through you into the tip, and then shooting whatever you shoot. What do you shoot out of this? Lightning bolts?
Lightning bolts, yes.
Okay. So that is fragile, ranged, and we'll make that 1 weight. And then choose 1 healing potion or 3 antitoxin.
How much does a healing potion heal for?
10 points when fully consumed.
Yeah, I'll take the healing potion.
Okay. All right. And then you get 2 advanced moves. Do you know what those are, or do you need time to read through them?
Okay, so here's where I had the question. So
Sure.
Primal Magus, it says if you have the following move, Elemency, then
What move is this?
elemency. It's on the primal mega sheet. It's not on the regular wizard sheet.
Gotcha.
It says if you have that, then you these other moves, and there's 3 moves below that: Maelstrom, Reverie, Unleashed Fury, and Elemental Shape.
Sure. So you could choose Elemency, and then you'll have 1 point left to choose from those 3.
Okay. And then I could also choose from just regular wizard spells.
Regular advanced moves.
Okay.
Spells, you have every spell up till level 3. And we'll get into how spells work once we make KatZ's character.
Okay. So, since I'm level 3, that's why I'm taking 2, correct?
Yes.
Okay, got it. Okay, so I do want to take Elemency.
Okay.
My power is lightning.
Okay.
Or that's my element of choice. This also allows me. Okay, so Elemency itself says you may wield the power of your element as a weapon with the following tags, and then so I can do that.
Yeah, plus 1 damage,
top,
dangerous, thrown, touch, reach, plus whatever elemental effect, burning, freezing, etc. Shocking. We'll say shocking.
Correct. And then I would like to take
the big thing there, Ryan, and this
yes.
goes into the wand. I didn't realize, so you'll probably still have a staff, right? Because the wand is extra. That's why you're getting this wand from.
Correct.
So anytime you conjure this weapon, it costs you 1d4 hit points.
Yes.
Anytime you say, I pull the wand out, or I summon the wand, or I conjure the wand, it's 1d4 hit points.
Right.
Okay. Dismissing it is free.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is your wand. Do you have a staff or a dagger then?
I'll have a dagger.
Okay.
And then I would also like to take
But then we'll ignore fragile and all that shit that I made up.
Okay.
Because it has the tags. Plus 1 damage, dangerous, thrown, touch, reach. Plus whatever elemental effect, which is...
Lightning.
Lightning. What does lightning do? What does that do when you shoot someone with it?
Can I put the person that I hit into a state of shock?
What is that?
Shock could either, like, depending on balance, could either make their, so they're in shock, so they could either, like, roll less to hit. They'd have penalties to hit, or they could be in shock and maybe stunned or slowed for
paralyzed.
Let me look at something. So, on the character sheet, stunned is a debility of intelligence, but that's way too strong because debilities can only be removed by certain things. Let's say if you hit someone with this, they drop their weapon and must spend, or they drop whatever is in their hands and they must spend a round picking it up.
Fair enough. Okay. So the shock drops the weapon.
Yes.
So that's my first spell, Elemency.
First move.
Yeah, first move, sorry. And my second move is going to be called Unleashed Fury. This is when you summon the destructive powers of your chosen element. So this will be a lightning bolt coming from the sky. Roll plus your con. On a 10 plus, the ground is torn and shredded, trees uprooted, and houses crumble. Deal 2d6 damage to everyone within a stone's throw of your chosen target.
Okay.
You may choose 3 people to ignore this effect.
Okay.
On a 7 to 9, the same, but none are safe from the elements. On a miss, well, it's not going to be pretty.
So I just want you to be aware, on a miss, it's not going to be good, Ryan.
It's not going to be pretty.
Like 2d6 is a fuck ton of damage. To put that in perspective, dragons in this game have around 26 to 30 HP. You're doing a lot of damage.
Dragon?
Wait, I missed it. How much damage are you doing, Ryan?
He's doing 2d6 damage to everyone.
To everyone within a stone's throw. So that's
awesome.
A huge AoE.
Ryan,
between you and me, we're going to kill the entire party this session.
What's your HP, Ryan?
I actually
he has
have
20.
I have 16 con, so 20 total HP. So
wow,
even if it hits me,
yeah, wizards. It's not like D&D. Like everyone has a lot of HP in this game.
Every MMO ever.
Yeah. That's not like a stat or an attribute of a caster class. Everyone has good HP.
Wow.
So yeah, I just want you to be aware of
Roger.
that, Ryan. There are major ramifications for that if it goes poorly.
I understand. Yes.
Okay, noted. Okay, cool. That is Ryan's character. Let me go to the next one. Last but not least, we've got KatZ, who is playing the Shadow Priest.
Yeah.
This is a modified cleric. But before we do that, what is your name?
Dongo. Dongo Grimgear.
What is your race?
I am also a gnome. That's my brother.
So that means that you people are secretive. I like how it says, oh, it says your. Jesus, I was the bad one there. Your
Whoa.
people are secretive and keep their true feelings close. When you defy danger to avoid being caught in a lie, you take +1 forward. That means that +1 could be applied to anything that you are doing in terms of rolling. So if you want to hack and slash, you'll roll 2d6 +1 plus whatever your strength is.
And you have to decide before the roll is done, right?
You
No.
have to claim
Like
it before the roll is rolled, yes.
Okay, cool.
But that means you keep it, so like you can have that for that encounter, not anything after that encounter or before that encounter. You keep.
Can I stack? Can I stack charges as well? Like, can I have like +5 forward and use 1 at a time or 5 at a time?
Possibly, I'll have to look into that, see if the rules, because that is kind of crazy. But yes, I would assume so. I'll look into the forward rolls. I think Adam's watching, so maybe he'll just be able to comment pretty soon. You have Turn Undead, which is a special ability of your class. We'll get into that later. Let's do your stats. Sorry, skip that. What are your stats?
I am evil as well, by the way.
You're
Did I
evil.
say that? No.
So when
Very
you harm
evil.
another to prove the superiority of your church or god, you will get +1 XP for that session.
Cool.
What are your stats?
I gotta go with wisdom for the 17.
Okay. Do you want to bump that up to 18 with your +1?
Wait, it says +2. What's my +1?
We're level
from?
3, so you get 2 additional stat points. I would assume you're just going to bump that up to 18. So that you will
Okay,
roll +3
that's good.
instead of +2.
Okay, cool.
Cool.
Let's do that.
That's into your wisdom?
Yep.
Okay.
Thank you.
What else?
The suggestion. Yeah, I'm not sure about this. I guess Constitution is pretty important for HP, right? And is intelligence even relevant for me?
Let's see here. Just looking through your abilities. Doesn't look like it. Again, you can roll intelligence for the basic moves, but for the most part, you're really not going to be doing that because it's just not going to be a strength of your character unless you decide to put in points to intelligence.
Okay. And dexterity is kind of relevant, I think. So I'll go with the 15 on con.
Okay. Do you want to bump that up
the
to a
fir-
16 for +2 instead of +1, or would you like to save the
That's
stat
just
point?
that's just for HP, right?
Well, it's also for any rolls that are +con.
I think I have more dex rolls then. Maybe I'll use the 15 for dex. One sec.
Okay.
Do you know if I have more dex rolls? I know
don't
wisdom.
see any dex rolls. On Devouring Touch, you roll +con. On Fate of the Lamb, you roll +wisdom. On Shadow Form, you roll +wisdom. And then on your spells, I don't think you roll anything. To cast spells, you roll
Yeah, then let's do
+wisdom.
con. Let's do con and bump it.
Okay, so 16 con, so +2. What about your other stats? What's your strength? We'll just go down the row.
11, I guess.
Okay.
Strength is just picking up stuff, right? Pretty much.
You can pick up stuff if you want to, yeah. Like, you don't think of it in the same idea as D&D where there's strength test. You roll against or you roll plus strength. So, like, we'll have to figure out what happens when you come to those specific examples, but I'll probably have you roll plus strength, and we'll have you make up some sort, like, on a success, you pick it up. On a 7 to 9, something happens, but you still pick it up, and on a 6 or lower, it just fails horribly and something bad happens. So that's up to you.
Okay.
It's kind of the same as a strength test, but not exactly. It's not as varying.
Let's just the 9 plus 0 in strength.
Okay.
Dexterity, I'll take the 11 then.
Okay. Still plus 0. Your
Yep.
intelligence. You have a 13 and
an 8. right?
And 8 to work with, yes. Probably put the 13 in int and the 8 in charisma unless you want to be pretty.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be very charismatic. Kind of a dick, I guess.
Okay, 8 minus
So,
1.
yeah.
Your int is then 13 plus 1. Your HP is max HP plus 6, so you have 16 con. Or sorry, is your constitution plus 6, so then you have 22 max HP.
Cool.
Your alignment is evil. Your race is a gnome. We'll figure out bonds at the end of the session. Your deity. You serve and worship some deity or power which grants you spells. Give your god a name. What's the name of your god?
Cobblepot, Toolspark.
What? Okay.
I've heard the legends.
Tell me about your god.
What
What is he the god of? Healing and restoration, bloody conquest, civilization, knowledge and hidden things, the downtrodden and the forgotten, or what lies beneath? This is your god's domain.
It was said that my god once sacrificed a horse, and therefore my religion has important sacrificial rites.
So you want to go with what lies beneath?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, what lies beneath.
Choose one precept of your religion.
That one, the sacrificial rites.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Yeah, you're important sacrificial rites. Add petition.
I'm racist. I don't have to honor sacrificial rites, by the way.
Divine guidance. We don't really need. So you have a move. Have you read through all this before? Just so you know your character's moves? Okay, cool. When you roll a spell or cast a spell, you roll plus wisdom. What is your gear? Are you chainmail or do you have a shield?
Chainmail.
Okay.
I don't think I can carry a shield, can I? Or is it? I guess it's my load is 7 plus strength.
Yes.
So that I can carry pretty much everything here, no problem.
Yes, if you want to.
Okay, so it's just picking, yeah.
But if you have a shield and you have a two-handed weapon, that doesn't make sense, right? Because you have to.
No, yeah. I'll do chainmail, staff.
Okay.
And
you also get bandages with staff. And then what is? Do you have an adventuring gear and dungeon rations or a healing potion?
I guess I'll go for adventuring gear.
Okay. And then your advanced moves, choose 2. You also have the Shadow Priest abilities to choose from as well.
Do I have to choose from those? Like I don't just have those?
Yes, you have to choose them. You have to spec into those.
Oh no. Okay. So I get to
Otherwise,
choose
your character would just be incredibly overpowered.
Yeah, that's what I was hoping for.
I know. That's why I'm correcting you.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because I had decided for the moves here, but let me check. Then I have to.
Well, as a Shadow Priest, I would assume you want to take Shadow Form.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay,
yeah, Shadow Form.
That's 1 point. And then do you want to take a special move from Shadow Form, or do you want to take another move from the normal list?
No, I'll definitely take it from the Shadow Priest form, but let me.
Okay.
These are all tough. I really like them all. Like I'm really excited for them. I guess I'll get them eventually, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Keep in mind, though, like Kaitlyn discovered, which I forgot to mention, on the advanced moves, you can only choose these moves from level 2 to 5. So being level 3, you only have 2 more moves to choose from the advanced move list. In that category.
You can keep choosing. At least on mine, it says.
Oh, really?
When you gain a level from 6 to 10, choose from these moves or the level 2 to 5.
Oh, okay. Never mind, Kaitlyn.
Yeah.
That was good for correcting me. Cool. Never mind.
By the
I'm
way-
making that up.
Can I ask a question?
No, you can't ask questions.
The moves are the ones you have to pick, but spells you have all of them, right?
Yep. But you have to tell me which spells you have for the day.
Okay.
Okay.
And the way.
Uh,
Okay,
so-
so now that. Well, what do you choose?
Wait a
Tats?
minute. No, for wizards? Maybe for custom wizards, but I was playing wizard on Tuesday and I had to pick spells.
Well, Jeff
And
is doing
even-
it wrong.
That was a normal wizard. That might be different.
I'll explain spells here in a sec. Katz, what's your second move?
Man, this is too tough. They're all so cool. Man, I didn't think I would have to pick from these. I'm sorry. Like they did such a good job. Like I love these guys.
I might have the spells wrong. I'm finding out right now. Okay. So the way that spells work are clerics get access to all of them. Wizards get to choose one spell per level.
And then it's just we keep adding them.
Yes.
Okay.
So we'll need to choose your spells, or you can do that privately, Ryan, and just tell me.
Sure.
I'll go for. I have to go for Invocation of the Shroud.
Invocation of the Shroud?
Yeah.
Wall of Fog.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Sounds like Wall of Fog.
Okay, so let's say so shadow form is when you assume the form of shadow, your body transforms into a shadowy reflection of your true self, a terror to behold. When you remain in shadow form, the following is true. You gain +2 armor, +2 damage. Your damaging spells deal +2 damage. All healing done to you is damage instead. You cannot cast spells that heal. The touch of sunlight will irrevocably destroy you, causing you to draw of your last breath. That means you die. Are you aware of this?
Yes.
Okay, I just want that to be known. You may return to your true form at any time. When you return to your true form, you roll plus wisdom. On a 10+, you return without harm. On a 7 to 9, you cannot evoke the shadow form again until 3 nights have passed. On a miss, cats, on a miss, the powers of darkness take something from you. The GM will tell you what this is.
It's not like super. It's not like Ryan's. That's like super drastic, though, right?
Cats,
It's
that's
like
a pretty
something.
fucking OP ability. If you roll poorly on that, you might be losing the body part. I'm just making it known to you.
It's so hard. Like
You can lose your
it's
face.
so hard to me.
I'm just letting you
This
know,
is so
man.
hard.
Look, man, the powers of darkness are fucked up. You're fucking with some strange shit here. You gotta have some more. You can't just be like, "Yep, I'm overpowered." You gotta have some takebacks. So I'm just letting that
you're
know.
right.
Invocation of the Shroud. When you summon the black fog, you roll +con. On a hit, the fog billows from you, filling an area about the size of a small inn with pure darkness. On a 10+, you may choose 2 companions whose eyes can pierce this darkness. You are always able to see through the fog. On a miss, something else comes from the dark places. Instead, it'll be hungry. Just be aware of that.
I really like this. Yeah. Man, they're all so cool. Walk in Darkness is so cool too.
We'll deal with those when you get them. You chose Invocation of the Shroud, though. You're sticking with it?
Okay.
Okay. Ryan, apparently on your sheet... Okay, so it says Spellbook. You have mastered several spells... What?
I'm sorry, what does hold 3 or hold 1 exactly mean?
That means you hold, again... Wait, I think forward and hold are different. So +1 forward gives you a bonus to any roll that he makes to get out of being caught in a lie. Oh, okay. Mostly defy danger with con, but he'll maybe hack and slash if the only way out is to kill a person trying to bust him. So hold is you hold plus something, and then you can use that to anything, I believe. We'll have Adam message me here in a sec. Again, I'm still learning the rule set, so we'll figure that out in time. I think hold and forward are different. Hold means you just hold +3, and you can use it at any time. Where was that? Where was hold +3? Where do you see that?
On Fate of the Lamb, which is pretty cool too.
Let's see. Where did I put that sheet?
Can you ask Adam to decide for me which spell I want?
Oh, okay. No. Hold is different. So, Fate of the Lamb. When you perform ritual sacrifice on a sentient creature to they that watch from the shadows, you roll plus wisdom. On a 10, you hold +3. On a 7 to 9, hold 1. Spend your hold 1 for 1 to take +1 forward to cast a spell or take any action in your shadow form. On a miss, your sacrifice is wanting, and those that which take something else instead. So that means that +3 hold is used for spending 1 to 1 to take +1 forward to cast a spell or take any action in your shadow form.
But say if I have already a +1 forward, can I use one on top of that?
Totally. But
oh, cool.
The way that the lying works is you can only use it to defy danger with +con, I think, is for that other one. They don't stack. Unless you're rolling for the same thing. They only apply to that specific attribute.
Oh, really?
Yes. Otherwise, like, you could combo it like you're trying to do and it's broken. Hold is basically currency for cast, what chat said, is currency used for casting whatever that hold is for. It says usually in the spell. So for you, it's used for casting spells or doing stuff in shadow form. Taking action in shadow form.
I have an ability that says I use hold, but I don't have any way to gain hold other than a separate ability that requires a higher level.
Wrecked.
Wrecked. Let me. What ability is that?
Shield of Thorns.
Let's see.
And then the only other ability that mentions hold is Elemental Form, which puts me into like a different element.
Shield of Thorns. When you use the elements to defend on a hit, you may also deal your damage to a nearby foe in addition to spending hold. You only deal your damage once, even if you have more than one hold. I don't know where that's from. Maybe Adam can help with that. I'll look for that.
But I don't have the ability, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, I'm curious.
Yeah. I'm just curious as well. Okay.
There's a thing that I want to like figure out here. There's a thing about Walk in Darkness that I've been wondering about. Basically, it says you may travel from shadow to shadow, moving instantly from place to place, so long as you can see the darkness from which you intend to emerge. Moving between them is as simple as taking a step, which is fucking sick, right? But the thing is, if I die when I see sunlight, there may not always be shadows, right? Or I guess moonlight creates enough of a shadow, or if there's like torches and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, light sources doesn't have to be from the sun. It can be from multiple things. It could be from a torch. It could be from the moonlight, like you were saying. There are still shadows cast.
There should always be shadows, right?
Yeah, shadows are always present.
Okay, then I'll take walk
because
in
in true ultimate, like the only way that shadows are not ever cast is in true ultimate darkness. If you think about that, like if a room is 100% pitch black. Again,
or if like there are no clouds or trees or anything like that.
Yeah, if we're like out on a soccer field, like you're just rip.
Again, it is totally up to you to be narrative and how you deliver this. So if you just say I step into the shadows, I'm gonna say, what shadows are you stepping into? And you got to describe that. If you don't, then I'm just going to be like, yeah, they're not there.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'll take Walk in the Darkness. That sounds really cool.
Oh, okay, so you're...
And no, I still see your shadow, Ryan. As long as you're lit up. If I can see you, I can see your shadow, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Okay, so you're not taking Invocation of the Shroud and you're taking Walk in Darkness?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Cool. Neal, Defend gives you Hold. Everyone can do Defend. Defend is a basic move that when you stand in defense of a person, item, or location under attack, you roll plus con. On a 10+, you hold 3. On a 7 to 9, you hold 1. So long as you stand in defense, when you or the thing that you're defending is attacked, you may spend 1 hold 1 for 1 to choose an option. You have 4 options there. Then you have that option from that skill, which is why it's a defense skill. This is the Shield of Thorns, right? Is Neal even listening to me?
I don't know, Neal.
I guess not.
Sorry, what?
Neal.
Yeah, sorry, I was watching something.
Neal, look at the basic move Defend. I'm not going to read that again.
Basic move Defend?
That's how you get your hold.
Got it, thanks.
Okay. Cool. I think that does it for character creation.
You had a question for me. You wanted to talk to me about a spell or something? Spells?
Oh, right. Where is your sheet here? So one of your starting moves is called Spellbook. It says you have mastered several spells and inscribed them in your spellbook. You start out with 3 first-level spells in your spellbook, as well as the cantrips. Whenever you gain a level, you add a new spell of your level or lower to your spellbook. Your spellbook is 1 weight. So you do not have access to all the spells. You must choose.
Okay. So I already sent you 2 level 1s and a level 3. But you said I start off with 3 at level 1, correct?
Yes.
So I'll send you 2 more level 1s.
Okay. I need to mark... I didn't print your spell sheet out. I should have done that. I might have it printed over there. Where is Wizard? I'll print that out, actually, in the break.
Now, well, actually, here's a question. These Primal Magus moves are not... It hasn't told me what level they are. Are they all just level 1s? They seem really advanced.
Primal Magus. Those are just moves. They're not spells.
Oh, right, moves. Correct. Never mind.
Moves and spells are different.
Yeah, I keep mixing those up. Okay, yeah, got it. All right, I'll send you 2 more spells.
Cool. Well, we're actually just about an hour in, so I think that's a good stopping point. I don't want to add any of the actual story here. When we come back, we'll be going into hour number 2 with another hour left after that, and we'll jump into the world of Ehbon and the story of Vigil. So thank you all for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the character creation. We'll be back right after this break. We'll see you then.